Hello everyone and welcome back to Stamping with Glitter Mum. Thanks for joining me again. So today I'm going to share with you this little shaker card that I've made. Okay, so you can see behind I've got my little shaker element there, and using the lovely detailed dragonfly thinlets. So I'm being a bit organised today, hopefully, so I'm going to share some measurements with you first. Okay, of the card, obviously. So it's a 5-inch thick whisper white card blank, so obviously 5 inches by 10 inches, and then I've scored at 5. Then the white layer on the top is 4 inches square. The window sheet that I've used behind there is 3 3/4, and then Old Olive, old friend Old Olive, 4 1/4 inches square. If you've been to any of my real life classes, you know that I tend to mix up my inches and centimetres depending on what I'm making. I try and keep each individual project to one or the other. So yeah, I've plumped for inches today on this one. So the first thing I've done is die cut my dragonfly out of the white card. Okay, so it took me a few goes to get this technique completely right. I've also cut several more window sheets than I actually needed, because as soon as you cut it and put it down you realise you actually can't see it anymore. So I'm expecting some little squares of window sheet to be cropping up for the next few days probably. So the first thing I am going to do is stamp my sentiment, and I've used the Cottage Greetings set. I was so happy when they kept this set on in the main catalogue last year. I find these sentiments really, really useful. So even though they retired the kit that went with it, we've kept this on. So all I've done is stamped that in Old Olive, which for some reason is on the other end of my craft room. Obviously, it's a lot easier to stamp it now than when your shaker card is assembled. There you are. Not quite perfect, but it'll do. And then what I did, I layered up onto my green, and I just took a pencil. Oh, that's a pen. I'll put this pencil somewhere. Use this one. Pencil to just draw around the inside of the dragonfly. So this will help me know where to put the foam strips to make my shaker window, as it were, on the other side. There you are. So I've got that in there. So we'll come back to that later. I think, can you see there? You've got the shape of the wings. Then I am going to slot my dragonfly back into place. So on the final card you can see the body is attached down and the wings can be lifted. So I'm going to take my acetate. I nearly lost already. I'm just going to glue that in place. So it's important that you glue the body down. So a little bit along for the body. Oh, bit of tombow there. And then bit of glue. So this is just to attach the window sheet. There you are. So my head and body are not quite attached. So leave the glue to dry a little bit before you try and lift them off. There you are. So I'm going to put that to one side now. And then I'm just going to build my shaker cage. I've used the Brights sequins from the main annual catalogue. These are absolutely gorgeous. And that's why I picked out the Old Olive, because it's one of my favourite bright colours, I think. It's like an old friend, as I said, that you keep coming back to. And here we've got the foam strips. And I am just going to go around the pretty close to the edge of the dragonfly wings that I drew on in pencil. So I need my snips here. These strips are so much better than cutting up, you know, using separate dimensionals and cutting them and things like that. Much quicker for shaker cards. And then we go straight across the bottom. Snip in here again. And actually that piece, just about, not quite. Let's get another one. Right, so there we are. So that's my sort of, not sort of, that is my shaker cage. And then I'm going to put some around the edge. Obviously you don't want to go too close to the edge because the white piece on top is obviously narrower than the old olive. Can you tell that's one of the mistakes I made earlier? Previous version. And there you are. Pop that bit in the middle to give a bit more stability. Side number 3. Side number 4. Fantastic. So we've got a shaker window cage there. Looks a bit lopsided, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And then, so I'm going to fill... Whoa, no, I'm not going to pour sequins all over my desk. I'm going to fill my cage with sequins. And if you've got a bit of Tombow on your thumb, like me, you're going to be collecting sequins on there as well. Actually, I'm going to leave that one in there. There we are. So then, this is a bit where you always end up pinging something, don't you, when you take a bit of the protective cover off. That one's off. Yeah, do a little ping and then hundreds of sequins go everywhere. That one there. I think that one went on sideways. Yes, it did. Somehow managed to stick it down sideways. That one's off. There you are, another sideways one. So then I will get my window sheet and dragonfly and really just pop that on top in the middle ish, and there you are. It's kind of all there is to it. There you are. So then all I did is layer it up. I use a snail this time. Layer it up onto my card bank. And there you have it, a little sort of a peekaboo, because you can have, if you have your wings flat, you can still have them flat, and you can just see the colour sort of poking through there. So it's my peekaboo window dragonfly shaker card. Is she shaking it? Yeah, you can hear them shaking in there. I'm actually going to be doing a series on shaker cards over the next couple of weeks. So pop back in a couple of days, or subscribe, even better, and then you'll find out when I've done some new stuff. Yeah, some different takes on shaker cards. So That's it. Thank you and goodbye from Glitter Mum.